All right, here we go again, y'all. Nancy Pelosi being a middle-of-the-road establishment Democrat. As you all know, Joe Biden, Cory Booker fighting it out over Joe Biden's garden variety institutional racism. Well, in this case, actual in-your-face racism, not just institutional racism. So let's take a look at Nancy Pelosi's strong centrist response.
In the conversations about race in the 2020 campaign, and you are the leader of the Democratic Party, and there's been a back and forth between Vice President Biden and some of the candidates. Do you think that is helpful to the party to sort of fight that fight over who best represents the party when it comes to sensitivities about race? Do you think that there are apologies owed or should be extended? And is this helpful to the Democrats at this time?
I think that authenticity is the most important characteristic that candidates have to convey to the American people. And Joe Biden is authentic. He has lived his life. He considers certain things a resource, that he has worked across the aisle. That's what he was saying. That's not what this election is about. This election is about how we connect with the American people addressing their kitchen table needs. For us to spend time on an issue like this, which is important, but it's not central to what the election is about. What the election is about is the financial stability and well-being of America's working families. Central to that is lowering health care costs by lowering the cost of prescription drugs, bigger paychecks by creating more opportunities, building the infrastructure of America in a green way, and having cleaner government by giving them the assurance that what we do here is in the public and the people's interest, not the special dark money interest. That's what the election is about. So while we all have a great vision, all of our candidates, and I'm proud of every one of them, have a great vision about our country and how we go forward, know their specialties very well, and have good judgment, and can talk strategically about how they will get it done. Just watch them. I can't wait to see the debates. But all of that is up here, the vision, the knowledge, the strategic thinking, heart to heart, where they connect with the American people, assuring them that they have an understanding their hopes and dreams, aspirations, fears, as well as apprehensions. That's what the election will be about.
Clap it up for Nancy, y'all. Clap it up for Nancy. One time. Man, she deserves to be clapped up for. Like, Susan B. Anthony would be very proud. Because this is straight up white feminism 101. Here we go again. She's more invested in her whiteness than she is in dismantling systems of oppression. You heard what she said? She's defending Joe Biden's racism. She's defending his racism. Now, I told y'all a couple weeks ago that the man was a garden variety institutional racist, and she says, and she doubles down, and she says, Joe Biden is authentic. Authentically racist. That's what he is. But, you know what I mean? Like, she wants to defend Joe Biden. She has picked her dog in this fight. And I gotta say, when people show you who they are, believe them. This is what people of color have been saying about Democrats for the longest time. A lot of y'all are on the train of, oh, well, the Democrats falsely claim identity politics all the time and blah, 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 blah. We've been telling y'all that. This isn't new to us. The thing is that we can at least push Democrats. Republicans, they just racist, period. The Democrats like to think that they're better. But in a lot of cases, especially in Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi's case, clearly not. Now, I know some of y'all are going to be like, oh, you're being too hard on Nancy. Really? This is the same woman that threw Ilhan Omar under a bus when there are actual Nazis in Congress saying not like Nazi, hardcore Nazi stuff. And they made a whole thing to sanction Ilhan Omar and threw her under the bus and didn't say nothing about that man. Nancy Pelosi, like Joe Biden, like most establishment Democrats, is 100% in terms of their actions defending white supremacy. Period. You're not actually really trying to dismantle these systems of oppression. Maybe in terms of women. And this is why we call them white feminists. Like I said, Susan B. Anthony would be so very proud of Nancy Pelosi. So very proud. When it's time to give a nice little speech and to say you stand with people of color, okay, you got the right words. But when it come time to stand up and to abdicate your privilege and make the right decision, regardless of whether it's strategy or strategically effective or not, Nancy Pelosi ain't nowhere to be found. Now, Jordan is 100% right when he tells y'all, and he tells y'all this all the time, the strategic move is to not impeach Donald Trump because that's what he wants. And he's right. That is the strategic move. I agree with him from a strategic standpoint. Period. You're not going to win in the Senate, and that's what the Republicans want. However, if you don't call for accountability for folks in power that are doing overt racist things, such as having concentration camps. I remember in this very room, on this same computer, on this same system, it's not updated, but a year ago I said that these were concentration camps. When they first started the family separation policy, it was a year ago, about this time. And here we go again. People are actually, now I'm not a crazy person because AOC done said it and she got some platform. But like, that's what it is. And you've been in power for a year. And you've seen, or not even a year, you've been in power for, well, basically a year at this point, year and a half that she's been the speaker again. And impeachment proceedings have not started. We've seen this. We've seen it. We've seen him be overtly racist. But we got to remember at the same time, America been racist. America been racist from jump. It's founded on institutional racism, stolen land, stolen labor. In the case of African American slaves that were dragged here, did not immigrate here, and establishment Democrats again have shown us who they are. And my grandma always told me, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Out front tonight, chaos at the White House. President Trump's deputy chief of staff, his communications director, is
just because of their connection to President Trump. And I know you've been saying,
we learned recently that Donald Trump threatened to sue his former schools if...
Tired of hearing about Trump 24/7? Become a member at statuscoup.com for only $10 a month. Click the notification. With your help, we can start the media revolution.
And before Bernie went on stage, I spoke with his supporters online here, and you really get that feeling from